Philadelphia is a lot more than just a city of brotherly love. There's many individual perks about this place, you just have to know where to look. Last year, when I was in Chicago, Illinois, I would find it very hard to fathom another city that resembles New York just like it. Philadelphia, you are clearly challenging for that title because you greatly remind me of New York as well. For many different reasons, whether it be your food trucks outside, for example, to the city bikes that you have for rental, to the design of the many buildings that you have, the way they're structured, their street art, it very much resembles New York. Even your subway systems remind me of New York. The way they're designed, the way they're scheduled, even some of the graffiti on the trains remind me of New York as well. Your public buses remind me of New York and their scheduling. The biggest difference between how Chicago resembles New York and how Philadelphia resembles New York is pretty simple. Chicago is more downtown Manhattan and Times Square and Central Park. Philadelphia, you're more Brooklyn, Queens, and Bronx in your design. Sticking to the theme of reminding me of New York, as you can see, I've been to a Phillies game, and the Phillies with Citizen Bank Park reminds me so much of the Mets and Citi Field. Both of you are very restaurant designed, and it's to the point where it reminds me too much of the Mets and Citi Field. It's almost like you're both rehashing each other. It feels exactly the same, which could be both good and bad. Either way, it's so worth the trip. I enjoyed my stay there. Last but certainly not least, many amenities that Philadelphia offers you. You're basically going through industrial agriculture. As you can see through these videos, this is what it's like going through things where you're on your way to a chiropractor. This is in a music hall and many other amenities, whether it be other doctors' offices and gyms and massage parlors. This is what you're basically walking through on the way to that office that has other offices along with it. It reminds you so much, again, of Brooklyn, Bronx, and Queens because for a lot of times, this is what it's designed as. Where Philadelphia starts to become its own unique flavor are the outdoor tours that you can give yourself. Here are the sightings that you see going along Benjamin Franklin Parkway. And as you go through it, it starts to seem a little bit more downtown Manhattan-ish, but with its own unique flavor. Here is a spot called Love Park. It's just a tiny little park that has a lot going on with it. Even if it seems simple, it definitely has its own unique flavor as well. Philadelphia City Hall is the landmark where you know you're in Philadelphia. It's basically the Statue of Liberty of Philadelphia. And if you want to throw in other analogies like the Arch of St. Louis, the Golden Gate Bridge of San Francisco, like when you see those landmarks, you know you're in a certain area. And this is no different. Right next to Love Park, you know you're in Philly and has a lot of great history to it. You can't say great history in Philadelphia without mentioning the Liberty Bell. They offer you a museum leading up to the bell where you learn some interesting facts about the history of the bell. For example, that crack, believe it or not, was not a part of the original design. All right, all joking aside though, you do learn important things, as in there's a women's Liberty Bell. The bell was the site of many movements. For example, homosexual rights movements. It's a symbol of liberty and freedom. And there's many other things. This video would be too long if I showed you every single thing, but just know it's a great spot to visit. And if you love history, you would love this Museum of the Bell. The nightlife of Philadelphia is where it's very up and down. Downtown Philly, which is not what this is, downtown is very generic. It's very basic in its execution. This section is not downtown. What I'm showing you now is off to the side of downtown, a few miles away from it. This is the section where most of, if not all, the gay bars are located. What I'm showing you now is not exactly a gay bar, but it's right next to one. And this is where a lot of LGBTQ likes to hang out. It's a great time, great food, greatly well-built places. We're having a lot of fun with karaoke night, as you can tell. This is one of the few spots at night in Philly where I actually enjoyed myself. Penn's Landing is the section in Philly where you get a good view of the Delaware River. Basically, it's a concrete boardwalk, and it is a good way of saying it. As you can tell, there's street performances where people just ask for money while they dance for you. But the biggest attractions are the restaurants that are set up here, as well as the bars inside the restaurants. But for me, the biggest attraction, as you can see right now, are the dinner cruises. I absolutely love cruises, mini cruises, dinner cruises that offer food. Maybe some cruises have a restaurant in here, but this is the cruise that I was on that had a all-you-can-eat buffet. There was dancing all night, and when the sun sets, as you can tell, the lights of Philly light up, and you just get a great viewing. And I was lucky enough to see this jet ski go by. I just love city lights and a good viewing of those city lights, and this dinner cruise provided that. And then you can tell they offer a variety of music. Everyone was just dancing all night and having a great time. Speaking of the buffet, the cruises buffet was absolutely phenomenal, and it was very creative the way they made the food for you. Great price of admission. It was worth the money. As you can see, I could not help myself. I ate pretty much everything that dinner cruise was willing to offer me. Okay, maybe I didn't eat every single little thing, but I had at least 98-95% of it. Philly gets very creative with their foods, as you can tell. And later on, I'm going to show you other things that they do. This, for example, is a rum cola and Coke. This right here is sushi from a place called Midori. As you can tell, they packed the plate. This is an avocado salad. They really pull no punches here. This is miso soup. Look how much tofu you got. This is a fried chicken and waffle sandwich. Really good. This is lamb from a food truck for only $8. And this is the famous Philadelphia cheesesteak from a place called Max's. The one place in Philly where you feel that brotherly love that you always hear about, this is where it's called Malik Jackson's Boxing Gym. And I have to tell you, this is one of the better crowd boxing gyms I've ever been to. Not that anywhere else in any other city's bad or anything, but this is where the brotherly love's in. I love mixed martial arts. I love martial arts in general, and I love boxing. As you can tell, well, we're getting our sparring in. I definitely need to work on my boxing a little bit more. I'm too much of a Muay Thai guy. Basically, great crowd, very instructional. They tell you everything you need to know, and they're very detailed. They don't just let you wing it and go in. And basically, as you can tell, this is half power. We're not looking to kill each other, just work on our technique and our timing, and just basically roll with it. Have fun and enjoy some good boxing matches. So, overall, I liked Philadelphia. It's not too big of a city where there's too much to do and you're overwhelmed, but it's not too small either. You don't have to take too much time, and you don't have to rush things while you go around. Basically, a full week is enough to see everything and enjoy yourself. I really enjoyed myself here. The biggest pluses are the people that you get to meet while you're traveling here. They're very unique spots to do. The problem is that those spots are not as abundant as I would have liked them to be. Sometimes those spots are very scarce, but whenever you do find them, Philadelphia is a place that I would love to go back to, and I very much enjoyed myself, and thank you so much for watching this video. I really enjoy traveling. If you're new to this channel, I'm a travel blogger, and my goal is to go to all 50 states. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'm going to leave you now with my boxing matches. And as you can tell, as much as I enjoy myself, there are many things you need to work on, and I'm no different, but heck, I love being in that ring. Take care, guys. Peace.